even got on there.
Oh man, but it's definitely one of those.
We live, baby.
Yeah.
We live, baby. Hey, good morning. Good morning. This is Friends Turn Foe. I'm gonna introduce us today because some people they ain't feeling as good. You know, it's your boy T-Payne. I got my man FTF Jordan. You know, the host, the orchestrator of this. How you feeling today, Jordan?
I don't even got my regular cup of Joe.
Man.
It says hello, gorgeous. I don't even feel right today.
Yeah, he ain't feeling right today. Then we got our special guest. Hopefully, he'll be a mainstay with us at least during basketball season. We got FTF Tez. What up, Tez?
What's good?
Yes, sir. So I don't have the list because again, I'm not the normal host. So I'm gonna pass it back over to Jordan. He's gonna take it from here. Go ahead, Jordan.
I think I can muster up hosting today. So let's get into the playoffs. Like, we're not even going to avoid it. Sometimes you gotta rip the Band-Aid off. You do stuff like this. So let's get right into Nets Celtics. Celtics won 114-107. At one point in the game, it was, I believe, 93-85 or something like that with 7 minutes left. And Nets were winning. Oh, my goodness. I'm not going to steal.
Look, you can rip the Band-Aid off. Go ahead. Go ahead, give your take.
I'm not going to steal Tez's take because I know he's got something to say about this. But defense is going to kill us. Defense is going to kill us on both sides, the Nets and the Celtics. Celtics, they play great defense. They've always played great defense throughout the year. This was expected. From what they do, this is what was expected. But as you can see, Kevin Durant having this terrible shooting time this last two games, that is not what was expected. He'll get out of it. You can't hold Kevin Durant back for too long, but there's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed right now. As far as coaching, it doesn't make sense how, the team actually played good this time. The all-around team play, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't that good either for us to have a comeback like that. I just, it just hurts to keep talking about this. Let me pass it on to T-Payne. Go ahead, T-Payne.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's not.
How y'all doing?
Morning.
So
hey, Tevin, what they say now, Grand Rising.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. Yeah, that's how you get canceled. I ain't saying Grand Rising. You almost down to the wedding bells. I'm still single. I'm trying to give myself a chance. But good morning. So I seen the game on last night. I was like, I don't know. I can watch a little, but I wasn't really pressed off of it because as much as I do think the Celtics are showing out in this series, I was thinking that it's the Nets, man. They got to meet this quota. They got to meet this hype. So they're gonna win tonight.
They were a majority of the game.
Yeah, I seen it too. I was checking the box score. I was like, all right.
They had it.
And then I looked. I said, oh shit, these niggas is losing. They ain't gonna go out like that. They gonna figure it out. Nah, they went out like that. I mean, I hate to say it, I told you so, but nah, I don't. I told you so. Listen, defensively, like you just said, y'all train wreck. Horrible. You got these young bulls who play defense, by the way, who's been through adversity through the season. They weren't even in contention for the playoffs at one point, and they just shot up. And that's because they're locking people down. So As far as completely shutting KD down, I ain't gonna go off the rails and say that because that's that man. You know, regardless, even if he loses this series, he's still K. He's still Kevin Durant. You know, like he said, you know who he is.
Still had 27.
We know who he is. He's Kevin Durant.
Still had 27.
So yeah, but it was ugly 27. I mean,
yeah, it was very ugly.
I mean, he had 18. He had 18 for 20 from the free throw. That's what saved him. Because from the field, he was horrible. He was trash. But he's a shooter, you know, and you're gonna have bad days. Not even Bean Bryant, the GOAT, the great RIP Bean Bryant. You know, we're gonna quote him a lot on the show. He had bad shooting games where they won, but he also played really good defense. I mean, great defense.
To be honest, and then I'm gonna pass it to Tez. Are you worried that the Nets are gonna lose or get swept?
They won't get swept. They gotta have more pride than that. They got to. It's the Nets. It's the Nets. They gotta win at least one. But I don't look at Brooklyn as a home court advantage. Like I don't really think their crowd is like that.
I think Brooklyn is 10-12 in the regular season at home court. Yeah.
Well, this is the postseason. So again, that's why I told y'all from jump. Different teams come in the postseason. So it's not like Boston. Let's do a better comparison. What is that? Barclays is nothing like the Brooklyn Garden. You got to keep your the Brooklyn the Garden, whatever that
Garden,
yeah. Huh?
TD Garden.
Yeah, that place. I don't care about its name because I don't never want to go there. And there's a reason you don't want to go there because you got to have a mentality.
You never want to go there.
What?
You never want to go to Boston?
Hell no. Fuck no. I don't want to go there. I'd be ready to smack the shit out of one of them. They ain't gonna talk to me like that. So I just avoid it. I can watch this shit on TV. I don't gotta get myself all upset. I got a nice TV at home. So yeah, man, it's not much of an advantage. So we're gonna see. Game 3 is a must though. My bad, Tez. I talked a little too long. It's all you.
Nah, you good. You good. You know, you gotta gloat a little bit. You know, you up 2-0, so you confident. But I'm super confident in Game 3. I'm not too much worried about Game 3. My concern is Game 4. That's really gonna decide the series. But yeah, the Celtics, you know, they getting physical with KD. That's what you got to do. You know, I remember when the Cavs did that to Steph. You know, they got physical with him. So you taking away what he want to do. You're making it difficult every time he gets the ball. You know, he's seeing multiple faces. You know, so it's his time to adjust. This was Game 2 was really his time to adjust. But obviously, like the first half, they was moving the ball, and then second half they reverted back to the ISO ball shit. You know, it makes it easy for the defense to, you know, help out, make it hard for him to make shots. But the one thing that I didn't consider before making my prediction was the Celtics coach, Udoka. He's been following KD damn near for many years. He was on the coaching staff for the Warriors, on the coaching staff for the USA team, and he was on the coaching staff for the Nets the past 2 years. So he pretty much knows, you know, KD's strengths, where he wants to shoot, you know, how comfortable he wants to be when he gets the ball. So I didn't consider that, which I should have.
Tez, that's a black head coach, right?
Yes.
Right on.
He's a player. He's the hooper. He played in the league too. So yeah. I think he might have played against KD too. But I know as far as the coaching part, you know, he been with KD, so he know his tendencies. So that's the one
when they won the medal that was talking shit when he was like, yeah, Brooklyn. And he was like, we ain't worried about Patty Mills. That was him, right?
Yeah, he basically said that Celtics, they're gonna have a problem.
So yeah, so he knows the correct game plan to put his players in position to make it hard for KD. So I didn't consider that, which I should have. But I'm not, you know, like they say, I'm down on my sword. I'm not afraid. Game 3, I'm confident. I'm not scared. game 4, that's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, the deciding game to me for the series.
Yeah. I don't.
Tez should not be faulted for not thinking about that, because when you see these big names and you know what they've done, you know, you're gonna hand it off. Me personally, though, I'm on the opposite end of the track just because I've seen what KD has done with other people. I ain't never seen him do it by himself. And
That's not true.
not that Kyrie
He's
is
not by himself though.
Yeah, I was about to go. Not that Kyrie ain't. When I say by himself, let me elaborate.
Yeah, because you gotta look at the stats. Look at the stats from last night. He wasn't by himself. The road.
Yeah, let me elaborate. Let me elaborate. The saying by myself, by yourself, that's irresponsible. I've seen KD when he didn't have to be the leader put in that work. I ain't seen him do it when he has to be the leader. He got to be the leader now, because Kyrie's not the leader. Regardless if he tries to claim that Kyrie's not the leader, we all know that.
So you just
nobody's looking at him for
playoffs last year,
huh?
You didn't even watch the playoffs last year.
You talking about when y'all lost?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, what I said was I've seen KD win where he didn't have to be the leader. I ain't seen him win when he ain't got to be the leader. So he still got to show me something. Or maybe he was just, you know, he made it wrong. He had paradise in a bottle.
Yeah,
and he gave it up.
I just don't understand your logic, because from every time the entire career, KD has been one of my favorite players. Every time I watch KD play, he's been the leader of every team. Now,
was he though? He was the leader of the Warriors?
Yeah, he was. 100%.
As you agree with that?
I gotta disagree with you on that. I think that was Draymond. I think that was Draymond.
It was even Steph before it was KD.
Draymond was the captain.
No, he's the leader. He's the heart and soul of that team.
We want to talk about who was the main contributor. It was definitely KD at the Warriors.
Hold on, pause. Don't twist your words up. You're gonna get it right today, brother. You're gonna get this work. I'm loaded Lux, and you're gonna get this work.
Draymond was captain.
We're not saying who was the main contributor in basketball sense. We're saying the leader amongst men. Your leader. So when you look at football, for example, you might have a lot of dudes putting up stats. You might even have the GOAT at receiver. And your quarterback, he may be mid. But sometimes when it comes to that leadership, that's different. It might not be your best player as far as stats. And that's what I'm telling you. That's why KD went there, because he finally didn't have that burden on his shoulder. Because I feel like at OKC, you had Russ, who can be a leader amongst men, but with KD there, I just think he didn't have the same, you feel me, respect in the eyes of the players that KD had, regardless of how good Russ was when they were together. Everyone always looked to KD default to be the leader. And I don't think he liked that, because there was a lot of pressure for him.
Brooklyn to be a leader, though.
Listen, let me finish. He gets to Golden State, he don't have to lead because they protect him. Their big three, their three brothers protect him. Even Clay's gonna get more responsibility before KD, because they already know this system. That's their team. And that was part of the whole controversy on, is KD gonna be here? Is he gonna leave? Because you got three dudes that they got the respect of the fans more than you do. And we know KD cares what people say about him, regardless of how much he says he does. The man has 2 burner accounts. He cares what people says about him. And that's fine. That's human. I'm not even judging him, because we all care about what people say about us. If we didn't, we wouldn't get all in our feelings when people say the wrong shit. We'd be like, okay. So, yeah, man. I need to see him prove himself on the court as a leader, because he has to be a leader in order for Brooklyn to win. And he has to take that role. He doesn't get a choice. They don't have anybody to look up to on that team. I mean, because even though Steve Nash as a Hall of Fame basketball player, he's a coach. And it doesn't seem like, it's not like he's not Dean, bro. Like, he might be a Hall of Famer all day, but he's not one of these basketball players that young little black kids was looking up to. There's some people that fuck with Steve Nash. Don't get me wrong, but
I just think that
he's not an icon.
I just think that
in our culture.
I think that just that take of the leadership role, like, I don't understand why people really, just because he went to Golden State doesn't mean that he wanted to give up the leader role or by default, is not a leader.
Okay.
Kevin Durant has always been a leader on every single team he has played for and played with. It's, if you look at it, when LeBron, people like to say that LeBron wanted to give up the leader role when he went to Miami because he had D Wade.
No, who says that?
Listen. When he went to Miami, they would call it D Wade's team. They said, this is D Wade's team. LeBron joined D Wade's team to, take a back seat so D Wade could be the leader and he could be the second role player. But that was never the case. Okay,
LeBron, but hold on, Pop.
No, I'm not done. LeBron was considered a leader. So when it comes to KD, any team KD was on, he was always the best player or the leader of the team. And leading always comes in different exampons. You can't
use poor examples though for your rebuttal.
I didn't know.
Yes, you did, because did LeBron win after D Wade?
He did win after D Wade.
So pause. So even if we believed what you said, not saying any of us do, even if we did believe what you said, or people believe what you said, LeBron proved what I'm saying. He proved the point. So if I felt some type of way about LeBron, LeBron went to Cleveland and he won.
This is why I didn't want you to interrupt. Because you're gonna have me go on a different tangent from my point. Because KD, every team he's been on, he's always been a leader. He's always proven that he was a leader.
Has he been the leader though? Listen.
Leaders are not defined as a one singular act or one singular thing. Leaders come.
Jordan, you know what I mean, bro.
Leaders
so don't play them games. Don't play them games. It's too early. You done had your coffee. Come on, don't play them games.
Listen, KD, he joined Brooklyn in 2019. He didn't play, still off an injury. The next year he plays. They went all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. And then this is the second year. LeBron just didn't leave Miami, go to Cleveland and win a championship.
They should have.
He didn't go.
And he almost did that by himself. He went to the finals. Now, granted, they did lose, but he went to the finals.
He went. I mean, KD went to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think the biggest part of this is it's not about. This game is really not about KD's leadership. It comes down to that.
Look, Jordan, you taking it so personal, bro.
It goes down to the actual facts. Boston is a better team. Boston is better defensively. Boston might not have better core players than KD and Kyrie, but they are a better team. This is what they are supposed to do.
We go. Listen, bro. So, like, you using all the excuses, I'm not gonna let you get away with it, because if BJ was here and Adrian was here, they would want me to let you have that. I'm not gonna let you get away with it because you're trying to set your excuses up, but when you take this L, and I ain't gonna let you get away. Now I'm gonna tell you with this whole damn leadership thing, nobody's saying Kevin Durant has never been a leader in his life. We're not talking about people looking at him as a leader. We're talking about actually going out and being the leader. Now, you went on a tangent explaining on how he is a leader. Bro, he's the best player in the world sometimes in people's eyes. He's always going to be looked at as a leader. That don't mean you are. We've all worked different jobs. We've gone to jobs where we had a manager and then we had a supervisor and a team lead. Now, you're not going to sit up here, Jordan, and you might have been one of those positions. You ain't going to sit up here and tell me that your manager was always the leader of your job. He may have been on paper the leader, but that doesn't mean I've worked for plenty of managers that didn't know shit. But when you looked at that team lead or that soup, and sometimes even just the seniority team member, you would get more leadership from them. And that's what I'm telling you. You don't have to be the man to be the leader. Leadership is not something you can coach, and it don't just come to you. My bad, I got an alarm going on. It don't just come to you. It's just something that you know, I wouldn't even say you born with, but over time, through your experiences, you adapt. I've been in plenty situations. I played football. I played on a team where we had leadership, and I played on a team where we didn't. You want to know the difference? One was championships. The other one was none. We lost right before we got there. Leadership is a thing, bro. And it's important, especially in this game of basketball where you're playing 82 games in the regular season. Then you got to go play another, depending on how many series you got at max, you got to go play another 28. And if you win in the play-in, you got to throw in 29, 30. So that's what I'm saying to you, brother. Like, we're not saying KD is not that man when it comes to basketball. We all know that. We just want to go see him. That'll get everybody's respect. People that doubt him and still don't respect him, even though he got 2 chips, which, brother, I'm happy for him. He's Hall of Fame. I don't think his chips have a stain on them. I would go to Golden State too if I could. Why would you make your life hard? That makes sense to me. I'm just saying he showed to me that maybe he thinks more of himself. But if he does, he needs to go prove that. And this is the series to do it. Because everything you said, they ain't got enough. They ain't got enough. I've seen basketball players who ain't got enough make something. Tez. LeBron, i.e. LeBron 07, didn't have enough and made something.
Our friend Tevin is a stat warrior. Am I correct?
Yes, he definitely
is. We could somehow call him the stat god, right?
Don't use God. All right? You ain't about to have the Christians come and beat my ass.
When it's said and done, when you go back and look at KD on the Warriors, will you not see his name leading in points, efficiency, most points scored in that playoff series? You wouldn't deem him as that leader, would you? You would look at stats and look at the paper, and KD would look like.
Hey, JB, I just gave you a whole explanation on why that's not what we're talking about. But listen though.
You say this, but you never take into account that.
I'm gonna say, listen. I'm gonna do you a favor.
Being a leader comes in different forms.
You're right.
You're not going to sit here and just because Draymond Green is vocal.
We got other segments to go on to. We'll do this all day. We will do a whole 2 hours of me and you on why KD ain't the leader, and I'm gonna be the bigger man and accept I lost.
Do you agree?
Listen, I will let the people decide. Go ahead.
Do you agree that KD has to prove himself to be a leader and win? Do you think that's what he's doing right now and why he's doing this?
I think so. I mean, because if he didn't, why the fuck would you ever lead Golden State?
You don't seem like Tez to me.
Let me add some mediation to this conversation. So basically, just to add some background, I'm a diehard LeBron fan.
My bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna add some context to this. So I'm a diehard LeBron fan. So, but I give respect to the greats. As far as KD and his leadership, I think judging, trying to find who's the leader of a team is kind of subjective because there's nothing to prove that a person is a leader. So all this is our opinion. Exactly. It's not, something we can't measure. Who's the leader? So you can only just base it off of people's, personality, what they do.
Perspective.
So, you just basing it off what you see, how they act. So
you can also base it off of what their teammates and shit say too. But go ahead, Jess.
Yeah. So basically with KD, my opinion, I see KD as, I don't feel like he puts a lot of emphasis on the leadership role. My opinion, I feel like he just wants to play basketball. I don't really think he cares too much about. I mean, I'm pretty sure he sets an example for folks, kind of, sort of like Kawhi.
Yeah,
but
it's a different form of leadership.
I think he leads more by example than as far as galvanizing the team vocally and all that. I don't see him like that type of. So I mean, he could just have a different style of leading. We could say it like that. You want to say it like that? He got a different style of leading. He leads by example, leads in his play.
That's what I'm talking about, Tez, and that's why Tez made that point, because he knows that's what I'm talking about. Even if you look at Toronto, the leader of that team was Kyle Lowry.
Right.
That was exactly what I said, though. Like he is a leader, but it's in a different way.
But that's what I'm saying. You don't got to explain that, though, because I'm not.
Go ahead and finish, Tez.
You done took it as me saying him not. But go ahead, Tez.
But as far as this series goes, I don't think him being a leader or not is going to dictate them winning the series. I think as far as this series goes, I mean, shit, he gotta act like he's the best player on the planet. Because last night you got all your role guys, they stepping up on a away game. Most of the time your role players, they really step up at home, but he got his role guys, coming to play. So that means it's upon you to finish this game off. So that's how I look at it. They can say Steve Nash ain't coaching right and all that. Man, at crunch time, if you got one of the best players in the league, pretty much that player is going to make the decision on what happens in the game.
Exactly.
You can have all the coaches and all this. I mean, for teams that don't have superstars, then I will put more emphasis on the coach. But for the teams that got your LeBrons and your KDs and, and Stephs and, them guys is going to make that decision, in crunch time. So I'm not scapegoating Steve Nash, man. KD, you in these press conferences, you saying that they bringing double teams and all that. Man, this ain't the first time you done seen double teams.
Right,
You got to adjust your game.
It's basketball.
It's simple. It's not the first time you done seen double teams. But I will say, coaching kind of plays a little bit role. At the beginning of the game, they was moving the ball. They was moving. Motion was involved. And then towards the end of the game, they trended back to that ISO ball.
Yeah.
So it was bad habits that they built, through the season. So
our bread and butter is killing us. ISO ball is killing us.
I mean, so to me personally, like the same way they put all the blame on LeBron. It's your turn, KD. It's on you. You need to take over this series. He ain't had a good game in the last two games, so it's on him, to me.
And whether you like it or not, he's always gonna have the blame when they don't lose. When they didn't win in OKC, KD had the blame. When he went to all right,
JB, we've touched this subject enough.
Okay,
guys, let's move to the next subject.
I haven't finished. I'll finish and then I'll go.
Damn, boy. Look, your pride is the devil. You listen to J. Cole, right?
Like pride I said, it's always been there, and KD is the main factor, no matter what. Tez, whenever you feel like you need to interject in between me and Tevin and wrap it up, you're a great mediator, sir. You definitely.
Please press that wrap it up button from Dave Chappelle. I'll be ready. I'm ready. I'll be ready.
You definitely summed it up. You definitely summed up what me and him was both trying to say, and wrapped it up in a very poetic way.
You need to wrap that gavel up, B.
Man, it sucks. It must suck. Y'all ain't got y'all's team in the playoffs. It kind of sucked, don't it?
Oh no, it's perfect. Look, my anger's already gone. And when you lose, I get to see them tears. I get to be like You seen that episode with Cartman? Scott Tenorman made him eat Scott Tenorman's parents, and he was licking that nigga's tears. It's gonna be like that emotionally. It's gonna
Anyway,
be like that emotionally, nigga. Go ahead.
anyway, Sixers Raptors went into overtime. 76ers won 104 to 101. If you didn't get to see that last ending of the game, it was actually very beautiful. Watching Joel Embiid hit a step back fadeaway for the game winner 3-pointer. Oh my God. Is he the MVP?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Over, I
Evan?
mean, from the two people we got to pick from, him and
It's only
Joker,
two. It's only
and
two right
comparing
now.
they playoff.
Me and Tez have talked
Yeah.
about this plenty of times, so he already knows I disagree.
Not Tez. Tevin, go ahead and give your point.
So let's address the game first. I'm not gonna be a hater today. That is dope. Joel hitting step back threes for the win. Those are building blocks. I look at those as building blocks. That's gonna get them to where they need to be. So I'm happy for him. I need to see him do that against the prime, the creme de la creme. But keep doing what you're doing, and he'll slowly but surely be able to have a chance to do that. So shout out to them. I still, he's talking, I'm going for the sweep, and I love that mentality. I don't believe the Raptors will get swept. Not in Toronto. They're gonna win one game. I can't believe with Drake and the Jurassic Park and their fans, they're not gonna lose. They're not gonna lose more than two. They're gonna win one. If they do, it's over, but they're gonna win one. Other than that, as far as the MVP talk, I just, I hate to say it because it'd be like, huh? But it's Joker, man. Like,
why do you hate to say that?
You know why I hate to say it. Pigmentation. That's why I hate to say it. But listen, he like Larry Bird. There are some white brothers that just do it. And you gotta accept that. You can't hate it.
He's a
you
brother.
gotta embrace it. Joker's one of them. What'd you say?
He's a brother.
Nah, he Ukrainian. I ain't messing with them motherfuckers. But anyways, yeah, man, he's a point guard, and he's in a center body, bro. He's in a center's body, and he's point guard. Like, I don't know how you can see, and he don't have what he needs. If he had what he needs compared to what Joel has everything he needs, and they still be spotty sometimes. If you give him Jamal Murray, a healthy Jamal Murray, and Michael Porter Jr., bro, they'd be the best team in the league. It wouldn't even be a question. Because they got role players. They can play defense. They can put up the O2. They lack it. So he's the MVP in my eyes.
You call,
but if Joel gets it, I will be happy for him, because Joel for the beginning of the season was definitely the MVP. I just feel like they lost flair because they weren't playing defense. They weren't doing what they were supposed to do on that defensive side. The only difference between them and y'all, I guess, is matchup. They don't have the tougher matchups y'all got. So, but when it comes to lack of defense, y'all in the same category. But go ahead, Tez. My bad.
No, you good. What was the question again, George?
Is Joel Embiid MVP?
Okay. Yeah, I watched that game. I watched the highlights of the game. 76ers look good. I mean, shoot, they really surprised me. I thought they was gonna, struggle a little bit going into Toronto, but they look pretty good. The one person that they need to step up still is James Harden. He's still not where he needs to be at. But as far as the MVP discussion, I got a question for y'all. So, do you look at the MVP? Whoever wins it, are you justified? Does the playoffs justify the person winning the MVP, or you just don't include the playoffs at all?
Regular season.
Yeah, I just do regular season because it's a regular season.
Regular season.
So you don't. So when somebody win it, you don't see it was justifiable for them to win it after what they do in the playoffs. You just
okay.
Yeah, they already won it to me.
Right, I get your question. Yeah,
I get it, but they already won it to me in the regular season. That's awards in just about every sport. You know, you'll see somebody win in the regular season, but then you'll see somebody ball in the playoffs, and you're like, damn.
But it ain't. But it's not a random. But it's not a random person who's balling.
No.
Listen,
it does.
Y'all ain't hear the end of what I just said. I said you'll look at somebody and you be like, damn, they was in contention and it was close for that award, and now you seeing them ball in the playoffs. It's like, did we fuck this up? You know, you start thinking that in your head. Did we fuck it up? Because we had Bean as the second, but Bean's the one showing out. Where we got it might be Brian maybe back in that days where Brian was the MVP, but he didn't have the same type of postseason. So, that's things you got to think about. But I will say this, and I'll be done with it, and I'll let y'all go on it. It's a regular season award, so you can win that in the regular season. You already won it before the postseason. Whatever happens after the postseason is unfortunate if it's bad, but you already won your award. So
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, how it can correlate. Where were you going with that point?
Basically, how I look at it is just because you made an MVP a choice don't mean it was the right one. So you gotta, you know what I'm saying, with these, because I mean, it's been years where the person who won the MVP don't won the finals. So, we got to find some type of method to the madness, because we can't just be giving out MVPs to whoever. That's my point. It can't just be anybody can win the MVP. It's got to be the best of the best. So, whoever winning these MVP, you got to be held to a higher standard than just, you showed out in the regular season.
I
MVP,
agree.
You diminishing the MVP award by just whoever wins it, and then we not holding them to no type of standard when it comes to playoffs. We just diminishing the award at that point.
I agree with that in most cases too, Tez. But this year I don't think Joker is one of those. But
I think he is.
I mean,
that's your opinion. I can't tell y'all what y'all think. I'm just telling you me.
What is he doing? What is he doing individually? He's not doing
25 and 10. That's it.
I mean,
and those are
that's it. Like that's nothing.
And blowout losses.
Who do they have? Against who are they playing?
He's the MVP.
That's why I said individually. I didn't say his team had to win. I'm saying what is he doing individually?
Jordan, let me explain this one more time so it can be understood. Again, I'm not saying what y'all are saying is wrong, but if I'm looking at the regular season only, unlike y'all, I am only looking at the regular season. What he did in the regular season for me was crazier than what Joel did. Joel had a fucking squad.
No, Joel had a squad. What are you talking about? What squad?
Joel had a squad.
His second best player ain't played all year. What you mean?
He asked for a trade.
Who?
It had back problems.
What are you talking about?
How you get injured? How'd your back get hurt?
Bro, we already listen. We're not going down that rabbit hole. We already know why he left. Again, they got Tobias Harris.
Why he left? I'm saying
they had Tobias Harris. We're not gonna talk about this team like they don't have Tyrese Maxey, and we're not seeing a young superstar grow in our eyes.
What has Maxey done, bro?
What has Maxey done?
He's being very biased.
Okay. Look. Regardless, none of us is gonna agree on this point. I'm just telling y'all, it's a regular season award. It should be in a regular season. Me and Tez have had this talk plenty of times. They need to make another award because there's certain people that need to be acknowledged for their play, and then MVP should be most valuable player. When you go to football, you got the offensive player of the year, who's not always the MVP. One year they were arguing between fucking AP and Manning, and you could have easily said AP could have won both, but they gave Manning the offensive player of the year award because of what he did, but they gave AP the MVP because, God damn it, if AP didn't drag them niggas on his back, they wouldn't have been in the playoffs. They literally made the playoffs the last game. And that's how I look at MVP, most valuable player. I feel like Joker is the most valuable to his team compared, especially with their play styles and what their numbers they put up. Compared to what Joel does for his team, I personally think Joker is. I'm not saying I may be wrong. In the words of Charles, I may be wrong. I may be wrong, but that's my opinion.
Yeah. You seem to always side with your daddy, Charles Barkley. You call.
Well, I know your bird chest ain't over there talking. You better shut the hell up and focus on your points.
You call Jokic the point guard and a center body. I call Joel Embiid a shooting guard in a center's body. Guy's ridiculous. The guy, man, I love how he studies Kobe Bryant and watches his fadeaways and emulates that and practices that. He was headed for the scoring title. Actually, I think he won it, didn't he?
Yeah, he ended up winning it because Brian didn't get to play.
That's why?
Yeah, he won it.
Yeah, that's why
he won. Okay, but he did win the scoring title. That's in my eyes, that's MVP. I'll just go with that, and that'd be my point. Tez wrapped it up and summed it up pretty well. What he's doing in the playoffs is he's leading his team. It is a regular season award, but you can't judge it and just be like, hey,
there is no but though. It's a regular season award.
This is why they're there. Why you're in the position, because of Joel Embiid, and he will win this award. I can 100% see it. Bulls, Bucks.
You can 100% see it.
I can 100% see Joel Embiid winning this award.
You put $100 on that.
I can put $100 on.
You're very confident, sir.
Yeah, I honestly, and I still do believe that Jokic hasn't done what he's done last year to win the award. And you know how fickle everybody is with the voting.
Yeah, you know why? Because he had better players last year.
Yeah, it's just a fickle voting.
It's been more of a struggle. But hey, look, let's just move on. Let's just move on. I'm not giving you another 20 minutes, nigga. Move on.
Bulls, Bucks.
I like that series.
114 to 110. The series is now tied up. Your boy Derozan had 41. Was it 41? Mm-hmm. 41 points. Golly. In Derozan we trust.
Oh yeah, that's why I said they are an upset team for the.
I got another hot take. Who's better
for this first round? I did say that. I said I would look. I said you gotta watch out for them. I said you. Nah, hold on, because Tez is shaking his head. I can see him through his background. I had the Bucks. If you made me choose with a gun in my head, but I told you the team to watch out for in the first round was the Bulls. That's why I took them a chance on them with that plus 700.
Who's better, Derozan or Jimmy Butler?
That's a good question.
If I had to, you ask me right now.
Yes,
it's Derozan. I'm sorry, I love Jimmy. I'm still a big fan of Jimmy, but it's Derozan. Derozan gives me more consistency on the offense end.
Consistency is ridiculous.
Yeah, on the offense, even though he had a bad game offensively last game, consistency. I hadn't seen that Jimmy Butler in game 2 in a while, and I was glad to see it.
From Jimmy Butler last game, and next game he's going to get you probably 19, maybe 18, maybe even 12.
I feel like Jimmy Butler is more so playing into his system as far as taking on a hero ball. So
yeah,
but as far as them two players, I'm taking Jimmy just off of mentality. I mean, you know, DeRozan more so soft spoken. I'm taking Jimmy. As for right now, I mean, later on, maybe 2-3 down the line, Jimmy get older, take DeRozan. But right now,
I don't hate that point.
I'm still taking Jimmy because, you know, mentality, toughness. You know, DeRozan kind of soft spoken. You know, he kind of, and I'm taking Jimmy.
I don't hate that point that Tez makes. I don't hate that take.
So what is your prediction for the rest of this Chicago-Milwaukee series? You think Chicago can pull out a couple more games, make it go maybe even game 7? Both games have been close, by the way.
I think they can go 7 and they can win. And let's not forget, Chris Middleton just went down with an injury. So that puts more onus on Giannis. Not that we should doubt Giannis.
At all.
Because, I mean, listen. I mean, Giannis, when he's talking about leaderships and winning that chip, Giannis did the goddamn thing because I ain't have them winning that series.
I'm really tired of Middleton, to be honest with y'all. He showed up for one freaking series.
Nah, Middleton's nice, bro. You sleep on Middleton.
But what series was that he showed up for?
The Nets.
That's why he's tired. That's a biased take.
I'm sorry, man. Like, no, this is my thing. This is my thing. He's just so like, it's like, man, you aren't consistent. And
hey, he's consistent on defense.
I just really don't like how when he won the ship, we really put him at a higher pedestal than we were.
Is he inconsistent on defense, Jordan?
No, he's not. It's
okay,
hard.
So
it's really hard to be.
That's the problem as fans. We put too much onus on offense. Defense wins championships, and that's why he's getting the credit. He deserves his credit because what he does on the defensive side every night. Now, if you want to say he's an elite superstar, that's where you're going to lose a lot of people because you got to have that consistency and that firepower on offense to be called an elite superstar. But
go further.
He's definitely top notch when it comes to that Robin route.
I definitely want to even go even further and even say you're reaching calling him an all-star. I think he's a great role starter.
Okay.
I think he's a great role starter.
I'm gonna let Tez have you on this one. I'm good.
For Middleton, for Middleton, he's borderline all-star, good role player. He's somewhere, he's somewhere in between there. I mean, I done seen him hit some clutch shots, so I can't say he's not, talented or nothing. So he's somewhere in between.
I seen Danny Green hit clutch shots.
What'd you say? What?
I seen Danny Green hit clutch shots.
Yeah, but Danny Green, that's true.
Hey, here's another thing we're not going to do. Danny Green, we're going to give Danny Green the blues for that 2020 series. But what you're not going to do, Jordan, because you always jump to you forget about what niggas do. Like, you're not going to stunt Danny Green like he ain't helped win championships before the Lakers.
But, like, I mean, Danny Green is no ISO player, though. I mean, Chris Middleton can create his own shot. Danny Green is coming off screen. So
exactly. And that's what I'm saying. So that's a bad comparison anyway. But let's put some respect. Let's put some respect on DG. DG plays top-notch defense too. Now, when it comes to creating your own shots and shit, no. I wouldn't even honestly, I think you being disrespectful by comparing Middleton to DG because
how?
What did Tez just say? Middleton creates his own shot. That's a big deal in the NBA.
I mean, we remember DG in the Spurs.
Did he create his own shots, though?
We remember how he treated. We remember what he's done to LeBron.
Did he create his own shots?
Danny Green didn't do that to LeBron. That was Pop. You got a collective. That was a collective. That was a collective.
Danny Green was a name.
Look, bro, you over here in a turnabout. You in a sports turnabout with your takes, man. Like
with the Raptors.
Nah, he's trying to prove this. He's trying to prove.
I know that's why I said he's in a sports turnabout. He's in a sports turnabout.
You really going all out. You going all out to prove Chris Middleton is not that good, but I'll say this.
Okay, listen. I don't want to. I do go over. I over exaggerate.
Do you now?
I do want to say Middleton. He is of course, he's in the NBA. He is a player, but I'm just telling you, like the proof is in the pudding, man. Like
the proof is in the pudding. He don't help win championships.
When he's silent and he goes cold, he is a role player. He's not an all-star.
Well, your all-stars ain't won no chips, so clearly there's a difference between them and him.
He puts in a big moment, in a big moment, he kind of likes to just do his thing.
Man, I can't look. You know what? I can't stand Boston, but please, Boston, beat these motherfuckers just so he can be miserable, like until he gets married. Because that's the only thing I want him to be happy about. Everything else, I want you to be miserable. Miserable.
All right, so
I want you to be happy on your wedding day, but miserable when it comes to sports, man.
Let's do predictions for today's games. Grizzly, Timberwolves. What y'all got?
They in Minnesota, right?
First game back in Minnesota.
I got T-Wolves by a few.
Hey, do you write down these predictions?
Yeah, write them down.
Okay.
I want to be checked if I'm wrong.
You wanna do a point spread, or what do you want to do?
Nah, I said by a few.
No point spread. We ain't gotta do that. That's
but tough. Yeah, we ain't gotta do that. Just I got them winning.
Okay, who you got, Tez?
I got John Company.
Me too.
Coming with slim margin. It's gonna be a good game, but I got Ja.
I ain't mad at y'all picking them because I feel like logic says you should pick them. I mean, the way they played last game, how they just put it on them and they was talking their shit. Yeah, you should definitely pick them.
Ja put up the Jordan meme. He ain't having it no more.
Yeah, you should pick them. But look, I made my bed, so I'm gonna lie.
Mavs, Jazz.
I don't care at this point.
That's the one series that it's just
nobody.
I ain't even.
Let's show some respect. I know nobody's watching this series, especially.
I'm watching it.
You like it?
I don't like it. It's just the Jazz. They don't have no toughness to me. They just pushovers to me, man. I'm a fan of Donovan Mitchell, so I want him to, win. Coming from Louisville, so
Donovan is leaving Utah.
That team is just so soft to me, man. It's just,
and it starts in the center with the center.
But I don't know. Shoot, it really just depends on Luka. He's still.
Is he playing?
No.
Nah, he ain't played in the first two games.
Where are they playing at? Dallas?
The game 3 is in Utah.
Lucas.
Oh, Dallas? Dallas was the first. They was the better seed.
Let me see, make sure.
I didn't even know that. That's how I'm checked out of this series.
Yeah. Game 3 is
Dallas.
Okay,
game 3 is in
Utah.
Dallas.
I'm picking Utah. Donovan's not having it. I'm picking Utah.
For game 3, my pick is based on if Luka play or not. If Luka plays, I'll take Dallas, but if he don't play, I'll take Jazz. So I
don't care who plays. I'm picking Utah. They gonna pull out the
Yeah, Tez, I gotta put you down as what? you can't get no scapegoat.
Nah, that's a big, man, because Luke ain't played our series, so that's big.
You can say I'm not picking. You can put I'm not picking.
Yeah,
that's an option.
No pick for me on that one.
No pick. He said no pick. We'll put NA.
I give that as an option. Yeah, I think that neon orange court's coming out soon.
I got Utah as well.
Might be tonight.
Brunson might show out though. I can feel it. Next game is Warriors Nuggets.
Warriors.
What's your MVP gonna do, Ted?
About to play
25.
You said what?
What your MVP got for us?
MVP? Shit, not a damn thing. Can't do nothing against them.
All right, tell me if I'm put it down wrong, Tez. You got who you got?
What you say?
Who you got? You want me to put down the Nuggets for you?
Okay.
Warriors Nuggets.
The Warriors busted them first two. They went crazy.
And that's with Steph coming off the bench. It's over. It was over. Man. It was over before game 1, bro.
Just how they just gave up. in that game too. Man, I'll take the Warriors.
I mean, I don't even think it was gave up. I think it was that new death lineup, man.
Yeah,
Bro, it's too many problems, bro.
They only used it for 6 minutes, and they scored 22 points.
It's too many problems, but I do think it's funny that Jordan just like completely ignores that Denver's missing 2 superstars. But it's cool.
No, I don't. I don't
it's cool. Listen. We're not diving into that rabbit hole. Okay, we got takes to go, and I ain't gonna be on here all goddamn morning with you. All right.
I don't think.
Hey! You got it. You right. Whatever. Now, as far as my pick, it's Golden State, bro. It's about to be a sweep. These niggas can't even get along on their bench. Why is Will Barton about to fight DeMarcus Cousins? That doesn't make sense.
Everybody wants to fight DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we know things, so we won't speak of it on this podcast.
Marcus Cousins is man.
Marcus Cousins, he's definitely a character. We can say that at the very least.
Play for my team. Let's talk about Deebo Samuels.
Hey, you see that? Look, let me address my background. I ain't addressed my background in a while. See my background?
So I wanted to ask you that. What do you think about the situation? Do you think it was all contractual?
No, it's not. They dived in it too. He's also like, Nick, y'all not about to use me as a running back and destroy my career. All right, I am not a fucking running back. I'm a wide receiver.
Let me tell you something about 2 things I want to bring up to you. Le'Veon Bell, clearly one of the best running backs in his time, but he also was a good, not great, but good slot receiver.
No, he was a great slot receiver.
Okay, I can say great, but they only wanted to pay him as a running back, and he wasn't gonna get that money. Cordell Patterson. Oh man, if you had him on your fantasy team last year, you loved him. He only had 500 yards rushing, 500 yards receiving. But what do you do this?
That man is literally a walking Swiss Army knife.
And he got what did he do? Hit free agency, went back to the Falcons, but still didn't get paid. Still didn't reward him.
But I think that's also a mentality. I think he accepts the role he's been given in this NFL, because at one point, he was moving around so much, you thought he was going to be out the league. But it just seems like if you put him in the right situation, he always does that work. So
I do think
I think you got to have that mentality of valuing yourself more than they value.
I think if he had maybe 1,000 rushing yards and 1,000 receiving yards, we might have seen something a little different for his contract. But
it's very hard to do that when you're on shitty ass ATL. But there's that.
Let's look at Deebo Samuels, 1,400 receiving yards and almost 400 rushing yards. I think he totaled 20 touchdowns or something like that. That's crazy, man. And the workload. Crazy. Like if you are a receiver and you're getting 1,400 yards receiving, man, that's a good year for a receiver.
See, I think where people gonna get it twisted and some of them fans gonna be talking shit. When you seen Deebo the last 2, he said everything he's supposed to say. He was doing his job. He's a rookie. He's 3 years in, so he's not gonna talk shit and act like he's the best thing out there. But now that we're getting close to contracts, and we're seeing these wide receivers get paid,
time to speak up.
On top of that, y'all just gonna use me anyway. Like, I am not your emergency running back. I'm your wide receiver, and I've already been hurt. I've already had a major injury. And that's the only reason why he wasn't on my fantasy team this year, because I wasn't ready to jump the gun and get him early, which I should have.
But you were a big supporter. You've been a big supporter.
You remember it was Bell, Biv, Deebo, the year I beat all y'all motherfuckers in fantasy. Yeah, I love Deebo. Man, he earned that nickname. But he's tired of that. And it's the 49ers. Look, it's too much. There's a whole bunch of shit going on. We don't know who's going to be where.
Right.
Now, if they would have got like Brady or Rodgers, he probably wouldn't be going nowhere.
If they even picked up some players on the offense side, who did they pick up in free agency?
I don't know, and we don't know what's gonna happen with Trey Lance. I just think he's fed up. He's fed up. He's been in the Super Bowl. He lost. He really should have went to another Super Bowl, but he can't go there because his quarterback is ass.
What about trade predictions?
Trade? Shit, I don't know. I want him to come to Dallas though. We'll take him in a heartbeat.
I can't even lie to
you.
I think the entire league wants Deebo Samuels. Like I said,
become Dallas
receiving yards, crazy man.
Shit, look, no disrespect, love you, CD. You my guy. I'll give CD Lamb up for Deebo. I wouldn't even think twice.
Is it a crazy take for the Panthers to try to get him?
No, it's a perfect play. It's an amazing play to get him.
Yeah, any team in the NFL should want him.
Nobody's making a bad decision picking up Deebo Samuels. And I take that back. You only make a bad decision on what you're willing to give up.
Yeah,
I'm not giving 5 picks for him.
I wouldn't give up, and this is no disrespect. I want to say this in the most respectful way. I'm not giving up Vontae Adams. I'm not giving up Hopkins. I'm not giving up Diggs. And that's only not because I don't think Deebo can be better than them. It's because they have a track record. They're already certified, and Deebo's still coming up, even though he's definitely coming up. But
so let me put it in this then. If you were a 49ers GM, what are you asking? What are you asking for? Because like we've been saying, right now, he is not playing for nothing.
I definitely need a top receiver if I'm not getting picks.
You're paying him next year. You're not paying him right now. You're paying him. He'll get paid eventually, but it don't do nothing with.
I'm going to need somebody in that top 15, top 20-ish.
Yeah. So you're saying first round off rip?
No, well, I don't necessarily need a first round pick.
Okay.
It depends on what you're giving me.
Okay.
Because if you give me a top 10 to top 20-ish receiver and a package with that receiver, we can talk turkey.
Who are you?
If you give me
him, who would you speak with? Who are the teams that you would be like, all right, we can entertain this?
I don't know, man, because a lot of people done shifted.
About the Jets.
You said the Jets?
Yeah.
What about we could talk to the Jets. The Jets got plenty of assets.
What about the Texans?
I don't know what they got as far as picks, but we could probably talk to them too. Here's one thing. If I'm trying to be a contender, I'm not talking to Green Bay.
I'm not talking to any NFC team, to be honest.
I might talk to an NFC team, but I'm definitely not talking to Green Bay. Hell if I give Deebo to the fucking Packers.
If I was talking to the NFC, if I was talking to an NFC team, you better be ready.
Hey, but listen to here. I don't know what their mentality is as far as who they consider off limits. But if there was a team to talk to in the NFC, it is the Packers. They got like 6 picks in the first 60 picks or something.
Packers could easily give up, I think it's pick.
And if I'm the Packers, I'm definitely making that phone call because I can literally fix one of my issues with all these assets I just picked up. I can use some of these assets and fix one of my issues.
So if you were the 49ers and you gave away, you gave away Deebo Samuels, what are you looking for in the draft, and how early would you go receiver?
Man, I don't know, because I'm pretty sure it was Deebo wasn't the first round.
No, he wasn't. He was a second round receiver.
So it depends on what I'm drafting, man. Like I don't know what's on their board. If you can get one of those top first round picks for them, go for it, because then you can easily go get a Olave or you'll get a Wilson.
Fair though, that draft class he was
for receivers, ignorant.
very underrated.
My man Winedale Robinson from University of Kentucky. He's not going to go first round, he is a first rounder.
I think he might even go third round and be a steal for anybody.
Exactly, because you listen, you don't like us, but you know that's a first round talent.
Literally, bro, he was the offense.
Damn near the leader and
running back sometimes. He was the receiver sometimes.
Damn near the leader and he was I'm pretty sure he was the leader in receiving in the SEC, but one of the top leaders in the nation.
Guy who plays for the Dolphins.
Lynn Bowden Jr.
I thought he changed his name and was playing again. I was like, who is this guy? I was like, who is this guy, Winedale?
Hey,
he just changed his jersey.
He's a Kentucky born and bred. And neither one of our teams got him initially.
Let's just say that Winedale Robinson is not like a bad receiver, and I'm not trying to put any flack on him for going third round. It's just that the receiver class is so deep, and the skills in the receiver class.
I got some homework for you. I can't think of his name, but you know Rondell Moore, right?
Yeah.
Whoever trains Rondell Moore also trained Winedale Robinson.
Yeah.
He obviously got the formula, because I went and looked at a few other kids that he trained, and a lot of them were the top prospects in Kentucky. So he knows something. So if you got some receivers, you might need to send them his way, because he obviously knows something.
Mm-hmm. I believe we might get some. I think we might get some Deebo news by the end of the day. I think this has impacted every other receiver. Terry McLaurin was in that draft class looking for a new contract. AJ Brown was in that draft class.
You need to worry about your boy. Yeah, you need to worry about you. You better call them and say, "Hey,
I think we're okay."
Right.
I think we're gonna try to. I think a contract for him will be done before the draft.
Yeah, I better, because it's a new day for wide receivers.
If not, we'll just trade for Deebo Samuels. But
maybe they'll do straight up. Maybe.
Got any final thoughts?
Damn. Tez, did you want to get on that football action, or you good?
Nah, y'all good. I'm good.
Yeah, he's the best. That's my basketball guru. Final thoughts, man. I just seen across his man, Shaden Sharp. Motherfucker, he's going pro. I knew it. God damn it. From UK, the kid that was sitting on the bench all year.
That cold point guard everybody been waiting for.
Yeah, he's going to pro. He's going pro. I mean, it was obvious, but
of course,
you had hope.
You know what?
We got Big O back. I'll take Big O back.
What makes me upset about him, he might mess around and go first round.
Who, Shaden?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why he's going pro.
And nobody's seen him play.
Hey, we've seen that plenty of times before.
Well, the good thing about UK is that they actually have NBA scouts come to their practices.
Yeah, look. When everybody's we gotta get rid of Cap, he's not going nowhere. Stop saying that.
That's why Ty, everybody was a little skeptical about him this year, but when he gets drafted in the first round, you're gonna be upset because you're gonna be like, "Wow, why is he getting first round? He didn't do nothing for us." Listen, they go to practice.
He did do stuff for us. I don't get it twisted.
He's been projected first round.
I'm not a crazy Ty fan, but Ty did stuff for us. I just hated how he would go off against people that didn't matter. Yeah. And then when we needed him, that man was nowhere to be found. Like against St. Pete's, when we needed him, that man was nowhere. But you know what? I need to let that go. I won money off St. Pete's. So
you just get hit in the mouth and you can't recover. Take it from a Nets fan.
No, I can recover. I won money off the team that hit us in the mouth. So I'm good.
I think my final take is, where in the world is Ben Simmons?
Help. I need somebody.
Real icy. You looking real icy on that sideline, my friend. I just really hope you come and spark something else. Spark a championship mentality. Give us a championship morale when you come in, because I'm telling you, I'm looking at the bottom of my cup. I was looking for some liquor, but when I was drinking in my coffee, didn't have no liquor in it. But you know, it's looking rough. I'm not enthusiastic about the Nets at all right now. It's crazy. What you got,
I
Ted?
don't even know if Ben Simmons can save y'all at this point. Y'all go down 3-0. I don't
Listen,
think.
I
Look at
wanna be
Tez looking at me like,
I
come on.
want to be
Listen. If he
optimistic.
plays right now, that's a difference maker. But if he comes in game 4 and y'all down 3-0,
I want to be optimistic. I want to be optimistic. I want him to come in and save us.
listen, y'all need him to come in when y'all down 2-1 and y'all need to win that game. Because I'm telling you this, boy, if y'all go back to the Garden 3-1 with Ben Simmons, he thought his mentality was fucked up in the Nets. Oh, boy, they going to eat him alive. He ain't going to make it out of Boston.
If Ben Simmons doesn't work out, I want to put it in the air. I'm trading Ben Simmons for Donovan Mitchell, straight up. And I'm calling it a day. What's up, Tez? Final thoughts?
My final thoughts is just watching these playoffs. You know, it's a trend going on. It's a shift. The young guys are coming. All the young superstars are coming. I'm starting to notice. It's the LeBrons and the KDs. It's a shift. So
that era is about to end.
Yeah, it's ending. So he's probably got like 2 or 3 more years, you know, of the guys, you know, the previous generation dominating.
Let's go, Ed. Let's go, Ed Edwards.
And
I want to see you show out on them boys tonight. Let's go, Ed Edwards.
It's a new age of superstars coming in the NBA. It's my final take.
I remember late 20s. If you were in your like late 20s, you're like considered that vet. And like, man, this is crazy. We're looking at under 25 players right now doing the craziest things. And how old is Joel Embiid?
He ain't that old.
Yeah, he came out with Wiggins. Came out with Wiggins, so I think he's probably like 20.
Yeah, he's younger than us for sure.
Probably like
27 is
28.
It's 28. Yeah. Oh yeah, he was older in college too. So yeah, that
like Antetokounmpo's 26 or something, 27.
Yeah,
that's just crazy to me, man. That's just, we got to deal with that for a whole nother decade. Golly. God, man, these young guys, you're right. Great take. Well, we'll see you all soon. We will have a NFL draft, mock draft coming up very soon. Draft is in 9 days. We definitely will be having, 9? No, 8. I think it's the 28th. Well, yeah, we'll have a draft, mock draft for everybody. We'll do a live mock draft. We'll have many people representing certain teams. I'm still up in the air about doing 7 picks because a lot of people don't know nothing after when you get too late. But draft team meeting is important as well. But this is another episode of Friends Turns Foes. We will see you all next time.